So the entire UK economy nearly collapsed, and this is why. First thing to note, and you need to remember this for later, generally, pension funds are organisations which take people's money and they invest them so that when they retire, they get a monthly return of a set amount. Kwasi Kwarteng, Chancellor of the Exchequer, announced massive tax cuts. This made investors really scared. They started to sell assets and run away to America. Why is this a problem? Back to the pension funds. Pension funds have to provide a set amount every month, say £10 a month. This is really easy in theory because they could just buy a bond with a set yield that gives them the monthly return they need. But what if someone joins or leaves? What if there's inflation? What if this £10 isn't worth £10 in 20 years when that person retires? What if the interest rate gets changed by the central bank and therefore lending becomes more or less expensive? What do they do then? Well, this is why they've been using liability-driven investment, LDIs. What this basically is where they give some of the money to an investment bank, and that investment bank uses derivatives and swaps, other types of financial instruments, to basically hedge this bet so that if the market goes down, they still have some investments that will go up. However, the problem is that hedging is linked to risk. If the market is crashing, the pension fund needs to provide more of the money to the investment bank to hedge its risk. That means they have to sell the bonds they sell to give it to the investment bankers so that they can invest that money to hedge the bet, which then leads to a mass sell-off of bonds. And the Bank of England were terrified this would lead to a bond market crash. If that happens, all of the £1.8 trillion worth of money the pension funds hold disappears. Everyone's pensions go down the drain. So what did the Bank of England do? They announced £65 billion worth of bond buying programs, which push up the price of bonds, allow those pension funds to get that equity that they need to solidify those hedging bets. And that is why the UK economy nearly collapsed. You can watch the full form version where I talk more about the tax cuts up here.